All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over how I got into my GU buy that I got into just now. Probably about 2 days ago, actually. If anything, I'm just gonna go through this fairly quickly so you can see how I did this. So what I saw here is the fact that there was a downtrend for a while, right? And then I saw a broken structure on the 4-hour chart. So this is what I mean. All right. So what do we see here? We see a lower high formed. This high is lower than that high, right? And then from that lower high, we see a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, and then a higher high. That's the broken structure right there, right? So how do I know that this is a lower high right here? Pull up my fibs from point A to point B over here, stretch it out, and I see that it passed 38.2, right? So that creates a lower high. And then this one right here, from point A to point B, we see another lower high formed because it passed 38.2, went to 61.8. Point A, point B, and point C right here, 61.8. And then what do we see here? We see a higher low form and then a higher high form. Broken structure on the 4-hour chart, as we can see right here. Okay. And then what I did was I really didn't catch the actual entry price, right? So I'm going to go to the 1-hour chart. So we see that, remember, in order for us to get in, we first have to wait for a higher low to form up for our buy, right? So what do we see? We see that, price broke structure. We have to wait, right? We first have to wait. Price passed 38.2, which is great, right? Past 38.2. Went 61.8, it consolidated, and then it started pushing up. Okay, so as we can see on the 1-hour chart, right, that point right there, push down, push down, push down, right? And what do we see? Consolidate. So I waited for a while before I got into the buy because I wanted to have a bullish candle form. And when it did, I was sleeping, so I didn't catch the actual real buy, right? So my perfect buying opportunity. So you saw I went from the 1-hour chart to the M15. My perfect buying opportunity would essentially be like over here, right? But I waited to consolidate it for a while. I really wanted to push out, and that's why I waited for the 1-hour chart to form a bearish engulfing pattern. This right here on the 1-hour chart did not engulf this one right here, so that's why I waited, right? So this one right here engulfed that, but it wasn't like that much, right? But this one definitely engulfs all that, right? Pushed down a little bit and then pushed up hard, right? But I missed it. I was sleeping, right? So once I saw that it made this real big push up, when I woke up, I'm like, okay, let me get into a buy. So this is actually my first buy opportunity. This is when I first saw it, which is unfortunate, right? Because what I saw that it started pushing down. So I was like, okay, let me get into my buy now, right? So what I did was on the H1 chart, if you could be able to see that one candle right there, this is my first buying opportunity. So from point A to point B, right? This is my first buying opportunity right here. I mean, this is when I got in, right? I just kind of jumped in, and I knew that it may pull back a little bit, and it did start pulling back, right? Which is what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that it was going to keep on pushing up. So it started pushing down. So I was actually in a negative here for a while, right? For hours, consolidated for a while over here, right? I'll go to the M15, right? So I was in a negative for a while. This is my first buy that I did, right? I was in a negative for a while, but I knew it was going to keep on pushing up because it broke structure. Broke structure, made a higher low, right? And it kept on pushing up. So I was like, okay, yeah, definitely it's going to keep on pushing up, right? So it started pushing down, and I saw that on on the M5, I actually went on a lower time frame, and I saw that there was a bullish engulfing candle on there at 38.2. And being the fact that it was going so slow, I was like, okay, let me get into another buy. And it started pushing up, which is great, which is also yes, right. And then it started pushing down again. And I was like, okay, let me get another one. I started pushing down hard, so I was like, okay, most likely it's gonna go to 61.8. So I got into another buy right here. So essentially, I was in a negative, and I got into another buy over here. But I got in strategically, not just because. Okay, I knew that it broke structure on the 4-hour chart. I knew I maintained structure on the 1-hour chart, and on the 15-minute chart. I saw, certain patterns happening and stuff like that. Okay, so 61.8, and then it started pushing up, and then I was in on a pretty good high, as you can see. I literally just closed out because I saw that it broke structure on the 15-minute chart over here. Right, I just closed out over here. Right, now you don't have to close out. I just did because I've been in this trade for a while, and I just didn't want to keep on looking at it. Right, so that's where I closed out. So I received, let me see how many pips for the first one. I received 43 pips, and at the high was like 70 something pips for that one. 43 pips for that one, 62 pips for that one, and the total high was 78, which was great. Right. But what's crazy is at one point in time, for the highest one, I had 105. Okay. So what am I going to look for my next entry? Right. So broke structure on the 15-minute chart. Right. I'm always going to enter in on the 15-minute chart. Right. So I got to find it, break structure again on the 15-minute chart. Right. But most likely what it's going to do, I'm going to go to the 1-hour chart. Right. And you saw how it was like consolidating. It was consolidating hard. Right? At this point, I knew it was coming. Right. So I was like, man, like maybe I can get out at the high, whatever, I didn't, because I was just gonna follow the rules, which is, like wait until 38.2 hits, but it's okay. All right. So what most likely it's going to do, it's gonna go find for most likely at this candle right here. All right. So you see, it's wick. It's called buyer's exhaustion. All right, so it's really wicking out hard. All right, so I knew it was coming, but whatever. All right, so most likely price is going to go right here. So this is mostly why I got out, because the thing is I didn't want to lose all the profits for this buy over here. That's for this buy over here and buy over here. Now, if I entered over here, it'd have been a different story. I would have stayed in, but I got in late, so I didn't want to mess up all my profits. Because what if it went down all the way to 61.8? I'd have been pretty mad. All right, so most likely. This is going to be a bearish candle, right? And it's going to engulf that one, okay? And most likely price is going to go to 38.2 or 61.8, and then I'll go on to the 1-hour chart and then the 15-minute chart to get into another buy. And I see this buy, for a while. Let's say it goes all the way to that point right here. Potential of over 1,000 pips, for that entire move. Let's say from this point right here, about 900 pips, which is pretty cool. So this is a long-term, a whole bunch of buying opportunities based upon market structure, if you understand market structure as of yet. But what I see here, point A, point B. Well, this is not point B. It's actually point A. Point B. Let me see something actually. All right. So what do we see here on the day chart? We got to 38.2, pushed up, made a higher high, and it broke structure over here, which is really, really cool. Right. So let's just say if I was to put this here and put this here. Right. So point A. Oh, actually, sorry. Now it's a downtrend. So point A and point B. Remember, in order for a price to keep on going on the downtrend on the day chart, Price has to go to 38.2 or 61.8. So, you know, there's a long ways away. Right? So let's do it from here actually. So from here, 200 pips. From here, 550 pips. 500 pips right here to 61.8. And then it may, you know, go to here and then swing down, or go to here and then swing down. It may, right? As a broke structure. So, if you have any questions, you can be able to, you know, leave a comment. And if you have any suggestions on what we can be able to do to help the page, let me know. Speak to you soon.